In just few hours, Apple gonna host their Scary Fast event where we're gonna see some new Apple products. Two major things: a new line of MacBook Pros and another is a new line of iMacs. Both will feature Apple's upcoming M3 chip. Now, according to the rumors, the upcoming 16-inch and 14-inch MacBooks will feature a 12-core, 18-core GPU M3 Pro chip, which is also upgradable to 14-core and 20-core GPU, and M3 Max chip, which will have a 16-core CPU with a 32-core GPU, which you can upgrade to 40 cores. Now these are just hard specs and numbers. We haven't got any clock speed leaks or any benchmark leaks, so we can at least assume what's the power figure or what's the performance figure gonna be. But judging by Apple's past and M1 and M2 chip, I think they are again going for the best in class in the market. And another thing we're gonna see is a iMac which will support or which will have a M3 chip, and we also could see some USB-C accessories. Apple have switched to USB-C in one of their major products, and that is iPhone. And if you're watching the video early before the Scary Fast event, let me know in the comment section that what is your expectation, and if you have already watched that event, let me also know in the comment section what are the things Apple launched and did you like it or not. Like last episode, let's talk about some GPU updates, and let's start with AMD. The AMD RX 7900 GRE or Golden Rabbit edition was a China exclusive edition. Now we have seen GRE edition GPUs which are a cut down lower priced SKU of a higher SKU, in this case the 7900 XT. It was available to OEMs and SI system integrators, so they can integrate or use these GPUs in their system if they use a total AMD build, and like the whole vertical stack is all AMD. Now AMD also lessened the restriction by bundling these GPUs with motherboards and power supply, but now in some European and Romanian stores you can buy these GPUs at a MSRP of $719. Now these GPUs are not properly packaged or anything, but yes, they also have 2 years warranty. And while in the topic of AMD, in a recent Linux update, driver update, the support for a Vega series and RX 500 series has been dropped. Now Linux drivers are the drivers that gets hardware support first, and they also get dropped the hardware support first. So the Polaris and the Vega series is well, we could say officially dead, but don't worry if you have a RX 500, 580 or 570 or anything. It's still a pretty compatible GPU, like you can play games on it pretty comfortably, but I don't think it's gonna be the same story years to come or even months to come. Right now it's good, but be a lookout for a good GPU. And if you are planning to buy a new GPU, I would say hold your horses a little bit, because it looks like that the Super series from Nvidia is right now a little bit confirmed. First, we have seen a PCIe device ID for the RTX 4080 Super. Now hardware info in a recent update listed official support. I'm talking about the 4070 Ti Super and the 4070 Super. Well, a 4070 Super, you could expect the performance similar to 4070 Ti, and the 4070 Ti you could expect a performance similar to 4080, and I'm sure that's going to be happening, and they are going to come at a little bit cheaper than their successor SKU. Now in the last episode I reported that Nvidia is planning or allegedly planning or making a ARM based CPU. Now we got a report that not only Nvidia and MediaTek are reportedly working together to make a ARM based CPU, and also it's gonna be built in the with the partnership of TSMC's CoWoS package. Previously there's been report and also a little bit of official confirmation that Nvidia and MediaTek working together to make AI integrated chip which are ARM based chip for their smart cars and smart vehicles. Now it looks like that the scenario is shifting a little bit, and MediaTek has been in the industry for a long time. Like they have specialized in making ARM based CPUs, and Nvidia with their money and marketing team and well strategy. I think like if you want a job at Nvidia, one of the first requirement that you have to be a good strategist, because everything Nvidia does, it feels like it is very calculated. Yes, it's not like that they haven't done mistakes. It's not like that they haven't took wrong step or miscalculated some decisions. They have, but majority of their decisions, majority of the marketing plans, majority of their a product and how they're gonna market and make sure that product lasts in the market for a long time, those things are very calculated, and that's the one thing I really like about Nvidia. And the reason ARM based chip is right now such a hot topic, because of Qualcomm's recent announcement of them fully committing to ARM based chip making for Windows device. And right now we are getting news that they also have partnership with other OEMs to make sure that this product comes out market and they hit the shelf at the right time, and also users like you and me can buy it. And these OEMs include Acer, Asus, Dell, Samsung, Xiaomi, and on. And also previously Lenovo, Microsoft, and HP was their official OEM. On the other hand, in a recent media briefing in South Korea, AMD was asked that why they are not making chiplet-based CPUs for their mobile parts. David McAfee, one of AMD's senior VPs, said that yes, chiplet design have been very successful for their desktop counterpart, but in mobile CPUs, they need efficiency. That is one of the biggest priority right now in the market, and chiplet design has a drawback, and that is it isn't that much power efficient, at least right now in this moment. And they think that what they are doing with their current lineup of mobile CPUs, those are good. There is something going on with Intel and they need to fix, and that is their marketing and PR team. The CEO is great. He is changing Intel. He is slowly changing Intel from a business centric business to a chip making company which also does business. And I think that's what Intel needs right now, rather than doing purely business. Yeah, I have this own thought that no tech company should hire a business centric person for their C-level jobs, or at least CEO position, who is the highest authority in that company. And he doesn't, and we have seen few cases where it got successful, but in majority of cases they think the company as a business focused company, and a lot of the time they are not. And that's the reason Nvidia is so successful, because Jensen Huang, whether being a great businessman, he is from the industry. Lisa Su, again, she literally single-handedly saved AMD, and that's another topic I'm sure I will make a video in some other day. But now let's talk about Intel. Well, Intel, with their 14th generation CPUs, they launched a feature called, or at least a software called Intel Application Optimizer. And if you have a 14th generation CPU, it is only on 14th generation CPU. It is just a simple software. It has on and off toggles for your application, and when you on those toggles for those particular application, that means those applications would be optimized 14th generation CPUs, and in those applications you are getting 24 to 30% improvement. Because right now raw power in hardware doesn't matter if you don't have a compatible software to optimize it, and we have been seeing it in the industry for a long time, whether you talk about DLSS, FSR, or frame generation. All these things, these are software techniques that is making the hardware much more powerful and much better for day-to-day use. You should update your iOS version when you get the latest iOS version, because there is a new vulnerability for all Apple chip, A series and M series. That means iMac, iPads, iPhones, anything and everything have a WebKit vulnerability called iLeakage, and in that, by using that vulnerability, bad actors can access your browsing history. He or she can know that what kind of content you watch, which websites you go to, and in that website what are the things that you browse through. Not only that, the major flaw with this vulnerability is they can also access your passwords, and that's, I think, very scary. Lastly, let's go through some quick news. First, Motorola now have a flexible smartphone that can wrap around Google Fiber to offer residential 20 gigabytes with Wi-Fi 7 by the end of 2023. Google paid a whopping $26.3 billion in 2021 to be a default search engine choice to everyone, and one of their major, or the biggest chunk of that sum, have gone to Apple to make sure that Apple use Google as their proprietary or as the default search engine. And I think that's crazy. Now, there are some internal politics and conflicts that I really don't want to get into in this episode, but yeah, if you want to know how Google dominates this space and don't let any other search engine to be in the market by using some well, let's just say pretty shady tactics, if you want to know about that, let me know in the comment section and I'll make a video about that. And this is it for this video. All the sources are linked down in the description, so if you know more, if you want to know more about any of the news stories that I've talked, go in the description, check those articles out. And if you like this video, hit the like button. If you haven't hit the dislike button, feel free to do it. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do it right by here. And if you want to watch more videos from us, well, this is the video. You can watch it. It's pretty fun. I should tell you to watch it. Until then, there's Akash. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.